workplace situation in which I had a boss I absolutely loved. And so I worked in one location, my boss worked in a second location, and I had a coworker who worked in a third location. And one day my coworker and I went out for lunch, and we were talking, and I said something along the lines of how much I enjoyed working for our new boss. And she looked at me like I was from another planet. Are you kidding? He's the worst person in the world. I can't believe they hired this guy. Well, it came down through our conversation that we had very different ways of needing to be managed. My style of needing to be managed was, you hired me to do a job, leave me alone and let me get it done. His style of managing was, you were hired to do a job, get it done. So we meshed really well. You know, our communication styles, we just worked really well together. Her style was different. She was very competent and very capable, but her style was different. She had a lot of great ideas, and she wanted a sounding board, somebody that she could run these ideas past. She didn't need them to make the decision, but she wanted somebody that she could just, use to work it out. You can see where the issue was. He was thinking, you were hired to do a job, just get it done. He would probably glaze over, and she's thinking, well, you're not even paying attention. Why are you even here if you're not here to help me and work through these? Now, she was really good at her job and really competent and very capable, so it was worth her while to have one of those really difficult conversations where she went to him and said, I'm not going to bring you everything, but when I do, I need you to pay attention. They had to renegotiate how they got along. They ended up with a better relationship, not a great relationship, but certainly a much better relationship than where they were at before she had that conversation. So sometimes it's about understanding and learning from the people around you. Who else gets along better with that person? How do they communicate with them? What kinds of questions do they ask them? How do they ask them? And when we can learn that those strategies and techniques, then we have a much better working relationship with that person. She initiated that conversation, and it was a hard conversation. It's difficult to approach somebody and say, it's not working for us. How can we make this work better? But it was worthwhile. She really enjoyed her job, and she was very good at her job. So she was able to take that experience and say, this is really what I want to do, and this is why I want to be successful with this. How can we work together? And it takes both parties to want to come to the table. So a really good boss is able to hear those messages and say, okay, we're not working at 100%. How can we negotiate this so that we understand what each needs from their job and from the communication? Some bosses just want you to say, this is it. Others want you to bring them in. They want you to bring them right from the beginning of the process so that they know the thinking, so that they're not kind of left in the dark. And you need to learn what's going to work best with that particular boss.